I caught my husband slipping me birth control after 6 months of trying to get pregnant. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. Huzzy and I have been married for 3 years. As newlyweds, we made the decision to not have kids early on. We wanted to enjoy each other, travel, and really focus on our careers. And thankfully, we've been able to do that. We both have great jobs. We live in a wonderful city. And we were even able to buy our own apartment in one of the best high-rises where we live. We even take care of our families. The point is, our lives are pretty good. About 8 months ago, I brought up the conversation because I thought that it was time. Finally, after 2 months, we decided that we would just start trying. And then ensued 6 months of me trying to get pregnant. But I've struggled so much. I keep track of my temperature, my cycles. I am so on top of everything. I know exactly when we need to do it. And we had been. At times, we would both get off of work and meet each other somewhere random and just do it. Just because it was the perfect time. But nothing was working. Finally, after 6 months, I thought, you know what? I should go to the doctor. And when I told my husband this, he freaked out. He yelled at me, number one, which he never does. And he forbade me from going to the doctor. Two is I caught my husband slipping me birth control after 6 months of trying to get pregnant. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It's sending me on Instagram. After he forbade me from going to the doctor, I asked him why. After all, we'd been trying for so long to get pregnant and nothing was working. That's when he said that it was probably just the stress and that all I needed to do was calm down. And you know what I did? I believed him. I didn't go to the doctor. But then he started acting really suspicious. Anytime that I would go into the kitchen, he would just try to rush whatever he was doing. And he even started insisting that he would wash the dishes and do all the cooking. He said that this was probably going to help me out with my stress. But in reality, cooking and cleaning is something I actually love. This included making me my daily smoothie. You see, I would always prep my smoothies in the freezer. I would just pop out a bag and put it in the blender. So one night I wake up and it's 3 in the morning and he's making some noise in the kitchen. When I walk out into the kitchen, as soon as he sees me, he drops something onto the floor. I run over to pick it up and guess what it is? It's birth control. And he was putting it in my smoothie prep. That's when he lied and said they were anxiety pills. Go to part 3. I caught my husband slipping me birth control because he was cheating on me. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It's sent me on Instagram. When I saw the pills on the floor that he dropped, I grabbed them and knew exactly what they were. This man decides to gaslight me and say that they're anxiety pills, when literally the label says birth control. And then very calmly, I asked him to just explain to me why he was giving me birth control. But again, he denied it. So I grabbed a knife and started stabbing the TV. It's his favorite thing in the world. And when I was about to stab his laptop, he finally broke down and told me. That's when he confesses that he's in love with someone else and that he's been seeing her for a year. And that he just didn't have the heart to tell me that he didn't want to have kids with me because he's in love with her. Grabbed his phone and asked him to call her. And he did. And when she answers the phone, I ask her if he knows that he's married and she said no. And she broke up with him right then and there. That's when he started begging me for forgiveness, but I kicked him out anyway. I called the cops and they said that I can't do anything about this. I did file for divorce and I left the apartment. His mistress told me that he's still begging to get back with her, but she won't. Her and I actually met up for coffee and we're friends now. So good riddance to him.
Am I the asshole for only paying my stepson's bill at a family dinner? He said that to me at a dinner.
So wait, only paying one person's bill?
I think they kind of misconstrued in the title, but it's their bill, their tab, and their stepson's tab.
Okay.
At a family dinner.
Okay.
So like only paying for whoever they brought.
Okay, fair.
I, 31 female, have been married to my husband, 35 male, for 2 years. My stepson, who is 16, and I were invited to a family dinner by my relatives. My husband couldn't join us due to a work commitment. I make a good salary and sometimes cover my nephews and other family members' meals at these dinners as a gesture of goodwill. However, this time, I decided to pay only for my stepson's and my own meals. Our total came to $250. 2 people.
That's...
I don't even know how you rack that up. Because I've never stepped into an establishment that expensive.
So if it's $250 for just them, this is probably like... It could go up to $1,000 probably for the whole table.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I mean,
I'm not dropping $1,000 in one fucking dinner. Okay.
I do want to remind everyone we live in Orlando, Florida, so there is not like really a restaurant we could go to that isn't Disney affiliated property.
And also, let's be real here, worth it or not, like $20 a meal.
Yeah, like you can
even when you go to fucking Wendy's, it's $20 a meal.
And also, let's zoom out here. We live in Florida. There are so many fantastic restaurants from that are like Caribbean cuisine, South American cuisine.
Yeah.
That are cheap as hell because they're family-owned restaurants.
Yeah.
So why would I not go to there?
Yeah.
We had plans to go shopping and have a special outing just for the 2 of us later in the month. So I wanted to manage our expenses more carefully.
Okay.
After the dinner, my sister-in-law, my nephew's mom, complained. She accused me of favoring my stepson over my own family.
Okay. Fuck you.
Not the asshole just for that.
Yeah, no longer
You hear what I say? That like only the core family is family?
Yeah. God.
What a dangerous precedent to set.
Yeah, because then shit like this happens.
Yes. She accused me of favoring my stepson over my own family and said I spoil him too much. She was really upset and claimed that my actions showed I care more about my stepson than my own flesh and blood.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Also, this is a 16-year-old. Yeah, what? You like...
Who do you think? He's gonna pay $250?
Don't worry, Mom. I got this.
Yeah.
I just got a job at the Wendy's.
Her comments really pissed me off. I argued back, saying that they invited us to dinner and expected me to cover everyone's meal.
Oh yeah, they were invited. Yeah, wait a minute. All right, everyone needs to does no one understand fucking restaurant etiquette like at all?
No one does. No one does at all.
Thank fuck we live in Orlando, because I think we actually do know more about this shit.
I barely know it. You know it because of hospitality. Your parents work in hospitality.
Oh my god, it runs my blood.
It does. I argued back, saying that they invited us to the dinner and expected me to cover everyone's meal, which didn't seem fair. I explained that my stepson and I have our own plans and budget, and it was unreasonable to expect me to pay for everyone. To make matters worse, some family members had to borrow money from others just to cover their share because they felt entitled to have me pay for the entire bill.
That is wild to just expect.
Like you don't even have the money to pay for your own shit.
And yeah, that's mistake number one. Always.
Once again, a mentality I don't understand.
Make sure you have enough to at least pay for your meal.
If I'm in a situation, and I have been, where I don't have money and I'm ask my friend to cover me and I'll pay them back later, I get the least expensive thing.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, that's the least you can do, because yeah, sometimes you don't have money at the time, but you still want to go out with your friends.
Yeah, like I've been poor.
Yeah,
I'm not judging people that
no, not at all.
You know, but like at least get the don't. Like I don't know. I was
also
raised.
Don't go to the $250 for 2 people restaurant.
Well, it feels like okay. We're gonna get to
we'll get to it.
Yeah. To make matters worse, some family members had to borrow money from others just to cover their share because they felt entitled to have me pay for the entire bill. The family is now split. Some are on my side, agreeing that I was justified given the situation, while others think I should have just paid for everyone and discussed it afterwards. Many are shocked by the amount, said they wouldn't have paid the bill either. They argue that it would have been more considerate to cover the entire bill at the time, given that we were all together. Am I the asshole for only paying for my stepsons and my own meals at the family dinner?
Wait, what's considerate about...
No, it's not. They wouldn't pay you back. They would have scammed you out of your money.
For sure.
That's what is considerate about it. Would I be the asshole if I got our cat neutered while my husband is away? I also want to say real quick about this one. It is written weird, but I did go to the person's page to see if they were a bot or this was AI or something and they were just farming karma. They are Icelandic as a first language.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to make fun of it, but it, like, the first time I read it, I was like...
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah,
I thought it was AI. It's not. They're just English as a second language, I think.
Okay, cool.
My husband, 34 male, and I, 27 female, recently adopted a kitten. I want to get the cat neutered as soon as possible. He is an indoor cat. I don't want to deal with spraying and other pubescent feline behavior. My husband is against neutering him, saying he dislikes the idea of altering his physiology. This is not a pedigree cat. My husband has no plans of getting him to sire kittens. I don't believe he understands what keeping him intact is going to entail. I feel like he sees neutering as a threat to his masculinity. Yeah, I'm thinking of neutering the kitten without my husband's consent, but I feel like that'd be wrong. That's the too long didn't read.
Oh, that's the too long didn't read?
That's the entirety.
Okay.
Husband's like, don't neuter the cat purely based on the idea that I'm afraid.
You're neutering me.
Yeah. He literally says that in the post.
No, really?
Yeah. We have agreed before that it's best if he stays an indoor cat. We're living in a house right now, but we are renting and ultimately don't have a strong anchor anywhere. We are likely to move in the next 2 years. Our cat may be moved around quite a lot in his lifetime, so it's safest and most comfortable for him if he doesn't get used to roaming, which intact males are driven to do. My husband understood and seemed to agree with me before when we discussed this ahead of getting the cat. Now that it's the best time to neuter, my husband has changed his mind 180 and would like to allow our cat to get out. All of a sudden, next door posts about run-over cats seem like nothing next to a quick, safe, proven-to-help surgical procedure. I think he might see my insistence on neutering our cat as an insult to his own masculinity. In one conversation, he got agitated and said I would neuter him if I had the chance. Dear reader...
Why do my jokes become real? I feel like I say things and then they just happen now.
Yeah, because you center yourself in everything. Dear reader, while I am a fan of vasectomy as an idea, my husband has never been under pressure to get one or gotten one, and that is not the subject of the present debate. So my dilemma is as follows. He's got a work trip coming up in a few days, and I might just take the cat to the vet for a quick snippy snap while he's away. But what broke my heart is that he said none of his male friends who have neutered male cats love their cats.
What?
I did see one of those friends interact with his cat, one that has implants. I don't know what that means. And I don't know what that is. I didn't look it up because I am afraid of what I might find. It was not great. For added context, we don't have kids. We have been together for 8 years. We have lived with a cat before, my husband's female intact cat. I thought he hated dealing with her in heat, seeing her suffer as much as I did. He talked about getting her neutered for the entire 3 years she lived with us, but life always got in the way. Perhaps he hated the idea of neutering cats all along. We moved out of the country, and now that now older cat is keeping my husband's grandmother company now. She's fine as far as I can tell. However, that was entirely his call to make. This one is our shared responsibility, which is why I'm hesitant to make it on my own. Edit to change knowledge in paragraph 1 to consent. I told my husband I was considering / posting this as the post was going live. Am I the asshole if I go on my book tour without my family? So my husband and I have been together 15 years and have a 4-year-old.
Okay.
In addition to having a day job and parenting, I'm also an author. My first book is scheduled to come out next month, and I will be going on a short book tour, parentheses, 1 week, to promote it.
Oh, that's not bad.
My husband has always supported my writing, and he wants to go along with me on the book tour and bring our son. Problem is, I really, really want to go alone. Parenting and daily life is such drudgery, and I'm desperate for a break. I want to just be among like-minded people for a few days and just focus on my book rather than attending to my family's needs as well. It's important to note that we have never been away from our child for even one night. So this is literally the first time either one of us can go somewhere. He wants to make it a family vacation. I just want to be alone without someone needing me. No hounding for food, toys, games, parentheses, son. No hounding for attention, sex, etc., parentheses, husband.
Oh, okay. Whoa. All right.
Yeah, my husband has heard about me not wanting him to come along, and my son doesn't want me to leave without him. My husband has also heard that he's never gotten to go away for any reason, and I get a week away. I told him if he wants to travel for a week going forward, I can solo parent, but that still isn't smoothing things over. Am I the asshole for wanting to do this alone and just be an author and not wife / mommy?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because he also offered later on to be like, I'll give you a week off if you want to do something alone, and I can do single parent.
I think this shit is interesting because, like, I was thinking, how's this different from the guy going on a 2 weeks vacation to Hawaii by himself?
Yeah.
But then I was like, because it's not a vacation. She's working.
Yeah, this is still a job.
This is a work trip. That's a completely different situation.
Yeah, it'd be like saying, like, if we were to go on a podcast tour, being like, oh, this is a 3-month-long vacation where we're performing every weekend night and traveling every day.
I think even OP doesn't know how much work she's going to be doing.
Oh, for sure. Because, like, even like if it's only like a couple hours, you're going to be talking to people, you're going to be signing shit. Like,
also, I think it's a red flag that she knows that she's going to be doing all the care for the kid.
Yeah, on the fucking...
If he brings the kid with her.
Yeah, and like him trying to make this like this family vacation. Like, yeah, it's a little weird. Because, yeah, if you're going to be doing all the work and then like they're just at the hotel, like... Yeah, that's really... Yeah, that's weird.
Like, even if he's like, okay...
Like, I understand, like, a little bit, like, you know, not wanting to have the, like, take care of the kid for, like, a week, but, like, the pining for sex and, like, the attention that the husband needs, that
betrays
was, like...
a deeper, like, your assumption is that your husband's going to be hounding you for sex, and also that you're going to have to take care of your kid.
While on your work trip.
You know that your husband is going to make you take care of your kid and also do this automatically because that's your initial, like, intuition towards that.
Yeah.